listening to somebody new, talking about singing and playing for you. Won't you cuddle up with me under these cold covers? Music for your brain.
Yeah, we're allowed to do whatever you want.
Oh, good.
You can expose yourselves.
No,
I guess there's no
We're not
nudity.
responsible.
You gotta fix the white balance on the camera for that.
There's no nudity, but I mean
off.
expose yourselves like as in your lives and all your
Oh.
dark secrets.
Oh.
That's allowed.
My secrets are more like really depressing and lonely. They're not really dark. But we can go there if you want.
Expose those too. Let's get real sad about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, or twisted.
Let's bring the mood down, guys.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
start on a very low,
Very
depressing
low.
note, and
Yeah.
we'll build up.
Yeah.
Make it so depressing and dark and twisted and
Speaking of low notes, you guys are doom metal. We have Stoneman here today
That is
on the
us.
podcast.
Yeah.
Speaking
That
of
is
low notes.
All four
Low
of them.
notes.
low notes.
Yeah.
We tuned,
What's
C
the
tuning.
lowest you guys have tuned for a song?
Drop B flat.
Drop B flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What's the lowest song like there is that you know of?
that we play or that we like?
That you
know
know
of?
of.
Oh, I
Well,
mean,
think about like Animals Leaders. He tunes his like 8 string down an octave. So that's like 2 bass strings.
yeah.
So what would that be?
he has a
That's just a
low,
low
E.
E of a bass guitar.
He has an E below an E.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Is that's
No,
probably the
E's,
lowest.
but yeah.
And then what's that? Wait, what's that
Ease
band that
Louise.
is tuned to drop G?
Drop
I think the bass
G.
doing drop G is also
Yeah.
way more disgusting.
Oh my.
Because the bass is
God.
already an octave down, plus drop G. That's damn near. You might as well go all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys have
Just a
some,
minor third.
Brown
but-
band actually
standards
did
to
a-
live up to, I guess.
Yeah.
You haven't
Did
gone
an
as low as you can
album
go.
where so low.
It's more so we can vocalize a little easier.
Yeah. Yeah, none of us are exceptional
We can't do
singers.
that for a high voice.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can't.
so not a
Yeah,
little
you
guys are
falsetto,
altos.
you guys.
No alternates.
No,
No, baritones
definitely not.
Yeah, I even feel like that's a stretch just to like assign it a name like that.
only. Yeah,
Yeah.
assuming we can sing at
Yeah,
all.
yeah,
is
we
really-
can. Yeah,
Just sing falsetto. That's like,
Yeah, sure. Well, that's why I said vocalizations.
yeah.
That's a better word.
Not singing.
Someone's making noises with their mouths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what we're doing.
If you want to look up the lyrics, there they are. You can look them
Yeah.
up. It's not-
Not great either, but you know.
Alright, so I first met you guys at 529 at a show I played with you guys with my band at the time. And we played before you at a punk and metal night. We were the only non-punk metal band.
Yeah.
So we felt kind of out of place, but everyone was super welcoming, including you guys. Super cool. But you guys played after us, and I remember watching you guys and hearing how powerful and like driving and just like melodic at the same time and like dynamic.
Dude, we don't
It
get
was-
compliments like
No,
that.
it was- I mean, it was like so powerful and just like, oh, this is what I want to hear right
I gotta
now.
hide
This is
my
what I
erection,
expected
dude.
coming to a metal night. You know what I mean? I didn't want to just hear like
That's awesome.
derivative screamo or like hardcore or something like that, but you guys like brought this just, I guess, sludgy, doomy, like riffy energy. Like I remember thinking, you probably get this all the time, Sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, the
We
Sword
get
is
it
just
from
so
ourselves
prolific,
mostly.
and like as the riff rock band that everyone probably gets compared to them. But the real standout for me, I mean, I'm a drummer, so was Joseph, just fucking shredding.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
thank
And just,
you
like-
so much, man.
The athleticism with which you play, like, and the like the fluidity and the like coordination was like
right,
honestly mind blowing to me. And
I
like
appreciate
I was
it.
just locked eyes on you the whole time, just like everything you touched was killer and on time and powerful, and I was just like, oh my god, I have so much work to do.
Thank you.
It was like really
so
inspiring.
much.
But I remember coming up to you after the show. I told everyone like great set, but I went up to Joseph. I was like, dude, you're like my favorite drummer in Atlanta right now. Like just off of that one show. And you said something. I don't know if you remember this, but you said, "Oh, thanks, dude. I stole one of your fills." Like,
Yes, I do. Actually.
no, 'cause
It's so true.
we played before you, and I was like, so this guy just like heard one of my fills and was like, "Oh, I know which song to put that in," and then did it on the fly. But it honestly made me feel so accomplished. Like that was like my favorite compliment I had ever
you.
gotten, because I respected you as a drummer so much that like you saying that you took something from me was like, nah, like no fucking way. Like he's better than me, so why the fuck would he like stoop to my level? It was like that was like I made it moment in the Atlanta scene for me. Like, and you probably don't even remember it, but like for me that was like, holy shit, that's sick.
I appreciate it so much.
That makes me
man.
feel like accomplished.
I
But,
think that's what makes Joe special, though, is that he doesn't ever look. He only looks up. What can I do? That's all he thinks about. He doesn't
Yeah.
think about how much better am I than everyone else. Are you better than me? Are you worse than me? He never. He just goes, "Ooh, can I do that?" That's it.
yeah,
And I think that's what,
honestly-
as a musician, to be successful, hopefully, that's what you got to do. You only look forward. Don't look to the side. Don't look back.
That's
I mean,
a good
you might
saying.
gaze over, you can't help but notice, but look forward.
yeah, it's kind of like having those blinders
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I mean, we've
That's
played
a
with some bands that I've been like, shit, I thought, sometimes I feel like, oh, I can play guitar real well. And then we'll play with some bands, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go home.
I gotta practice. Yeah.
Or I quit.
There's a lot of bands that made me
Fired.
want to practice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's the right attitude to
That's a
have.
good saying,
Right.
Evan.
But yeah,
For
dude,
sure.
bringing Joe in was like a whole.
This is a game
Like it was a game changer. Like if you listen to like our first EP and then like after that we put out like our first like album and like that one's got Joe on it and you can just tell there is a like
That was
it is
the
a
Cleric?
world. No. It's the Wizard in the Skull.
Yeah, the Wizard and Skull.
Yeah,
okay.
that one's the first one that has Joe on
okay.
it.
It's actually
and that's-
similar to what Devin said. Me and Mike, with the old lineup, we just done a show with this band called Worshipper, and there's several other bands on there. After we got done with that, we just looked at each other and like, yeah, we need to step our shit up a
Yeah,
little bit.
like, and then we found Joe is our original drummer is actually a guitar player. Who, again, you can never find drummers, right? Because they're
Yeah.
always in like 80 bands.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'll learn drums. So we put him on drums and he was good. And then like we knew him forever too. So it's not like we had to like work out personalities or anything. Like we were just in.
Yeah.
And then, but again, dude, we played with Worshipper and they had two guitar players who were just ripping the whole time. And we were like, oh, I want to do that. That looks like the most fun I could be having on this earth. And then Josh found Joe and like, I don't know if you could lie to me. I don't know if you practiced at all our songs before you showed up, but he showed up in minute one, he knew everything. Like
Yeah.
even just stuff that we were just writing, he was like, oh yeah, I know what to do to that. And then like, it just
In
fit.
comparison, we had a person
Like,
come in
I
right
appreciate
before him that was there for a couple weeks and it was still stuttering all the time. Joe came in, played flawlessly. He was like, guys, I'm sorry, I fucked up one or two places. I was like, where did you fuck up?
Yeah.
You know this song better than me.
Yeah.
Already. It's your first day.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could
I
hear
tried to, I tried to practice, and even before Josh was telling me to like take a few minutes and just go in the band room because at the time I was living in Auburn, so I was living in the back of the shed of one of my bandmates' house. So, I'd play the songs and just try to like do some air drumming, and then there was like a few times where I tried to play in the regular drums even though I couldn't hear the song because I play too damn loud. So, but yeah, I mean,
That's
I
a
met
weird
those
thing
guys.
about like when you, I guess, get more adept at your craft, you can kind of practice in your head.
Yeah.
Like you know what your arms and like ligaments are gonna do, like when it comes time to putting on your guitar strap or like sitting up behind the kit.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
can kind
absolutely.
of practice in your head before you even
Right.
get
it
to a
actually
gig.
translates to the
Yeah,
technique.
and it really does.
Even like
translate.
honestly doing like pretending like your forearm is a fretboard.
Yeah,
Like I can practice my whole scale shapes, and I know what it's supposed to be.
exactly.
makes sense.
Because you've been on your instrument so long, you don't necessarily need to touch it or feel it or see it to understand where you're going to go with it.
And
That's a
especially
good
luckily
saying.
for drummers, everything could be drums. Kind
Yeah,
of,
exactly. I mean, you're just here and you know where everything is.
Like anything that produces a sound is what you could use in your Like it's just any sound, you'd be like, that works. And then I go,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's great.
They've gone through many lineup changes. Well, few. So now we're in our complete final form, I like to think.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
before I joined just with this newest album very recently,
Oh, okay.
and I replaced the other guy that they're talking about, Josh. So I like to feel like we have a pretty good thing going on.
Yes, we do.
If I hear other bands playing about bickering with each other, so far, so
That's
good.
the chemistry is the
I love
biggest
hanging out
thing.
with these guys.
Yeah, same.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's because me, Todd, and Devin all like have known each other since high school.
Oh, awesome.
Like we went to the same high school. Me and Todd were in like a thrash band back then. Like me and Devin like always tried to get something going, and we were always just
Right.
like lazy and just not good enough for it. So
But then I went to music school when I was 18.
Yeah.
I started practicing more. I'm ready now.
yeah, and then I don't know. It's just nice,
Yeah, you want to have people that are going to have your back up on stage because it is.
Absolutely.
And
It's
with
like a
this guy, I
scary
never
thing. have
to look back
Yeah.
at him.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
people
sure.
you can rely on. Like
Yeah.
emotionally, I guess, to like have your back, and also physically to like not mess up the song.
And
Like,
if he ever drops
If you
a
trust
stick,
each other, it's gonna be
Yeah.
better.
and I don't know if you saw it, like sometimes he'll drop a stick or
Oh, yeah.
fuck up, but the way he recovers is always more impressive than anything. Like if he hadn't fucked up at all, it's more impressive how his stick went across the room and then somehow pulled out another one and hit it on one. And I was like, you had 2 beats.
I never realized that.
I know our songs are kind of slower, but damn.
Hey, he meant to do that.
Yeah.
But like,
He just threw that motherfucker.
yeah,
That
it's
was
like
my
he
purpose.
threw
Yeah.
My purpose mistake.
I didn't like the feel of that one.
You want it?
Here you go.
Fuck that stick.
Oh my god! When I saw Dream Theater, their drummer was doing that. He was chucking sticks up to the upper balcony, playing the song, like with the one hand,
That's an
and
art.
having them
Damn.
throw the stick back to him so he could catch it. He would be like, "Oh, let's see how far we can do this." Like,
I thought you were gonna be like, no, dude, he's just giving them
Yeah.
away, but he's
no,
playing
he
catch.
was playing while he was doing this, but also like throw it back, catching them while playing the song in the middle of everything. It was just like, what am I seeing?
That's
You know,
crazy.
that's one of those things you can only practice live, though. Like, you
Yeah,
can't
exactly. Yeah.
do that.
It's
One
not-
night he had
yeah.
to just be like, I'm gonna play catch with you, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Those stage antics, man. It's cool.
It's an unknown variable. You don't know who's gonna like. You gotta trust them to actually make it to the stage.
yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
don't
Dream
even-
Theater fans also are nerds, though, so it makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're all
for
prepared
sure.
for that moment.
oh, dude, but what if
Yeah.
I'm like pegs like John Mayung in the head by accident? That
I'm
he
talking
misses.
about pressure, though. Like, I'm gonna be the guy who fucks up this song.
Yeah.
I'm not even in the band.
Yeah, for real. More pressure on the audience member.
Oh,
You're like,
Then
you're
him.
like, all right, Mike, stop throwing shit at the audience.
Yeah.
Everybody settle down.
Like, if he hits
It'll
someone in
be
the
all
eye,
right,
is he gonna
everybody.
get sued? Like, what's the precedent on that? It's like, is that your risk coming into the coming in to see
It
Dream
depends
Theater?
on
Is
like,
like,
how hard you reach
Yeah.
for it.
yeah,
Like if you like reach really hard for it, it hits you. Like I feel like it's half your fault. But if you're just sitting there and it whips you, like what?
yeah. It's
I've
like
had that happen.
it's like going to a baseball game. Like you expect you
Oh,
could
yeah.
get hit by a line drive. It's like it's on you.
Right.
But
Yep.
going to the Dream Theater concert now, it's like sticks could be coming at you. You got to
Yeah.
expect that now.
I've had that happen. Oh boy.
So there's a lot of like bands in y'all's genre do have a lot of stage antics, I guess. Like whether that be attire that they're dressing up in crazy, or like just spraying blood on crowds, or like any sorts of weird things that you've heard from like darker metal bands. Do you guys feel pressure to do that, or like?
Well, our antic is that we're really good. That's not, well, at least that's supposed to be. Allegedly.
Quote unquote.
I read that somewhere. I don't know. So our antic is that we
Sometimes, yeah,
practice.
but like a lot of that pressure is alleviated by the we can't afford that factor.
Yeah.
So
right.
it just kind of,
I guess
The
we
we,
wish could be
the
Iron
we
Maiden,
can't
but-
afford that, and we can't physically move it to the show.
It's like
Like, we have so little room left in our respective vehicles.
Yeah.
By the time we actually get there, it's like, if I wanted to bring a gallon of pig's blood, I don't think I could actually.
But would you guys want to go into that vein of theatrics, I guess?
I don't
Or is
think
it
I would
just
be
kind of
too,
like about the
honestly.
music?
I do think
Nah.
we have room to grow as performers other than
Yeah.
just playing. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And I do think there's some we can move towards that maybe a little bit, but I don't really.
yeah, I wouldn't go all
I don't
in.
Yeah,
think we want
no.
that to be our.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
It gets kind of cheesy at some points.
Yeah.
I mean, it
does,
worked in
and
the
it's-
1980s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I mean, that's kind of
But-
where it was spawned out of.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's, you know.
I mean, everybody wants to fight a giant robotic mechanical Eddie robot.
Right.
Yeah.
We
I
all
mean,
love Iron Maiden.
everybody
I
loves
know we all
Iron
love
Maiden.
King Diamond. I know. I mean, it's dope, but like, it's not us.
But they did
Nah.
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't out King Diamond. King Diamond.
And if you come out with a giant robot
No, you
that you
can't.
fight now, they're gonna be like, "You just made an
And we
stole
can't.
it."
We don't have a van to get grandma's wheelchair in either. so-
Yeah, dude. We need
Although
a
I
big
do think
handicap
we'll see
bus.
some branding
Fit all the
of
gear
some
on it.
type of mascot
Yes.
character, possibly from us at some point. Maybe not full stage theatrics quite yet, but
Well, yeah, Stoneman lends itself to a whole lot of avenues you could go down. So
not
could
to
definitely
plug the
see
music
something.
video. But we have a certain character in our music
Yeah,
video.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. We have a Bigfoot music video. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was. Who doesn't
Just
want
us
a Bigfoot?
fucking
Yeah.
around.
it was like it was goofy, lighthearted, which is
Yeah,
like fun
yeah.
to see
Yeah.
from
That's
that
what
kind
we
of
are.
music.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
A bunch of just.
We just
But I
like
mean, you
playing
see
riffs
us.
and
Yeah.
having
We
fun.
clearly
Yeah,
don't take
exactly.
ourselves
Nothing
seriously.
wrong with you.
Yeah.
We don't take ourselves seriously. We just take music, but I
I mean, that's a cool like way to. I like shining light on the personalities of bands like this because people expect like a certain thing from certain genres, and it's not like that. Like
Right.
these are human
Yeah.
beings, like in all these bands that are like real people. Like y'all are just goofy dudes.
Oh, yeah.
Like
At the end of the day,
yeah.
like
Oh,
we
yeah.
when we started this, it was we just wanted to have fun. you
Exactly.
know? So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
why be too serious if you don't have to?
That's true.
yeah, and hopefully being able to make a living on having fun. Like,
Yeah.
that's the ultimate goal, right?
Life is
Yeah.
plenty of serious shit it's gonna smack you with. This is we need a little escape from that. This is what this
Yeah.
is.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just sit around, you make those inside band jokes that only
Yeah.
you and your band get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We rip
You
on each
walk
other.
around
We
and
have a
rip
good
on each
time.
other.
Oh,
Yeah. Make fun of yourselves constantly.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So when you guys are just like goofing off and hanging out, I guess you're probably just jamming a lot, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So is that like the main, I guess, avenue where you get your songs from? Is the jamming?
Sometimes
Because-
one of us will have an idea
Yeah.
like at home, but a lot of times we'll start with just that one idea, and then we'll
Yeah.
just somehow finish the song.
It'll
Yeah. So you just play on it.
Bobby right.
In the beginning, I mean, it's shifted towards that, which I think we all agree we like that better. Because in the beginning, some of us would bring an entire song in. Then now, if anybody brings anything in, it's just a riff, and we just build off that. Everybody playing together.
But I think that works well because then you get a little tinge of each of us
Yeah.
in it, right?
That is key because when someone comes in with like you said, like a full song, they can kind of get upset if no one else wants the song to be a certain way, like
Right.
how you imagined it,
Yeah.
and it kind of, if you like you said, come in with a riff and everyone adds their own little thing, it gets rid of that like, oh, I expected it to go this way,
Yeah, exactly.
and then
Yeah.
It
disappointment.
kind of eliminates that stale factor too of
And we
everything
all have-
kind of sounding the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, at
Yeah.
least we all sound the same as a group, so
Yeah, and that's where that unique sound as a group comes from, for sure.
right. Because I like to add like weird chords and jangly things. This motherfucker's gonna keep it grooving. These two right here, they will keep it. We can do whatever the fuck we want because, I mean, it's just big and huge.
Yeah.
That is.
If you have a
That's
rock
what the fuck
solid
matters.
rhythm section, we
This
can just
guy's
kind
a
of have
badass
fun.
This-
bassist.
yeah.
Rock
You know,
solid. With
Rock
Stoneman.
solid.
Because
Yeah.
without him, oh my gosh, it's like bass to me is like the evolution, the rhythmic element.
It's the in between guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah,
guitar can
so-
often fill that role a little bit,
Yeah.
bass is definitely geared toward that low octave.
Yeah.
Although it can be very melodic too.
Yeah.
It's perfect for the syncopation and gearing with the drums.
They pretty
Yeah.
much give the guitarists and vocals room to do what they want to
Right.
do. Yeah.
Right.
For sure. I understand that.
And
But
that's
at the
what,
same time, though, if I don't have a good drummer to follow, I might as well just
Right.
go home.
I try.
but that's what makes the jam so good.
Yeah.
It just grooves.
Yeah.
And like, I think a lot of our stuff we just don't know how to end. Because we're like,
We can
I don't know
keep
how to
going.
stop doing this. This
Like
feels
why
so good.
everything
yeah.
just a slow
Well,
fade
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
By
It
the
definitely
time-
could be. Yeah.
By the time we're jamming on a song, by the time we get to the supposed end, somebody's always like, I got something else.
Yeah, somebody else start. Yeah, exactly. Always.
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, that was 40
Bring it
minutes.
back, Dream Theater. What was that song from Images and Words where they couldn't figure out how to end it and they would just fuck it and they just cut it off at the very end? I think it was.
I know what you're talking about. I don't
Yeah.
remember the name of it
I
though.
can't remember the name of the song, but it's from Images and Words.
Yeah.
I know that.
I
They
mean-
were just like, fuck it, and just cut it off mid-riff.
Damn.
They're like, okay.
Yeah, it's like the end of Sopranos. It's like, is this ever gonna end? Oh wait, in the middle of a sentence.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? Everyone hated that, but it's like
Apparently, that's what
some
Bohemian
things are too
Rhapsody
good to
is.
write an ending for.
They just
He
couldn't
had
figure out how to
3
end it.
songs that he couldn't finish, so he just said, "Fuck it, I'll link them together."
I'm down with that.
And
Typical.
they, like,
But
huge
I
song
don't know,
ever
that
made.
is like finishing a song. Right? So you can be like, I don't know how to finish it, but you
Yeah.
do know how to finish it. You just decided to stop it.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you.
Well, you finished it.
How do I stop it?
You were
Do it.
creative enough
Just
to
do
be
it.
like, I've got this dope riff that we could just stop right now.
Yeah.
When you put
Yeah,
it
but
like
you
that.
guys play like
It's a good
I
way
was.
of saying
I brought this up to you guys before we started filming. I think the most satisfying genre to play because it is groovy, heavy, jammy, riffy. It's got like all the elements of what you love as a musician that you can just like lose yourself in the pocket and just go forever. Like you never want to stop. And it's just fun, and you can just like amp off each other. It's like being a very heavy jam band.
Right.
But it's like I just feel like it is the most satisfying thing to play. Maybe for just a drummer, I don't know if it's the same for guitarists. Like Could you think of a more satisfying genre to play?
I mean, I do quite enjoy it. Because I feel like, for me, I like to improvise a lot, and that often it could result in awesomeness or not great. But I'm gonna try to do it live because that's, I guess, it's like my fearful challenge.
Yeah.
So, but because of the nature of our music, it's maybe safer. I'm not playing a jazz song with 44 chords or anything.
That's the thing about
Yeah.
like more technical other genres is like you have a responsibility to come back to that
Right.
like bass riff and like 7/8 or like whatever, and
Right.
then this is more just
Yeah.
like you can do pretty much whatever you want as long
Yeah.
as it's heavy and groovy. You
And
know
I
what
was
mean?
able, I've like sort of studied that jazz stuff on my own on the side. I wouldn't call myself a jazz guitar player by any means, but using like that gives me inspiration to try shit with them.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
even though it's not metal at all, it wouldn't, but it is metal because these two motherfuckers, it's like whatever they're playing, whatever I play on top, be like, oh, that's like whatever, but it's metal because Joseph's playing it.
Yeah,
And it's
Cool.
like the groove is what sets the style of music to me.
for sure.
All the other elements are, I mean, of course, there's generic elements that you're used to hearing. Like everything in metal is going to be like frigid or just half step. Sure, but like the harmonic elements you use, the rhythm is really what makes it sound like groovy ass sludge metal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can really get away. I think you can get away with a lot because people who do know are going to be like, oh, cool. People who don't know will be like, oh, it sounds cool to me.
yeah.
So as long as I got them, me and him can do whatever the fuck we want, basically. And that's, and also we lately been incorporating more of just letting them like go off on, like just him playing and Joe playing, just like them jamming with no like constant,
yeah,
It's also like just letting that, because you can just groove that forever.
yeah. And then it also will give you like gravity if you drop out like the guitars
Right.
and vocals.
Right.
Like
And
even though
just
it's
let that hang.
yeah, even though it's a
hard.
big heavy sound, doesn't mean you can't have dynamics and
Oh, for
from
sure.
wire.
Right. Yeah.
Although we might not go like, although we do have parts we might get clean, but you can still go from heavy to even heavier,
Oh yeah,
Oops.
for sure. No, I understand that completely.
Damn.
But I just think all bands, regardless of what kind of music you play, there's nothing wrong with maybe trying to add something a little different. Like I think the best way to find inspiration is in genres you don't listen to.
Yeah.
Obviously, we all listen to the genres that influenced us a lot. We don't need to worry about that. Like obviously, we're listening to Sleep. We listen to The Sword religiously. Like me and him have seen The Sword like 6 times. I've listened to The Sword. I listen to Black Sabbath more than I can. Like don't get me wrong. But like sometimes I'll get ideas for stuff in listening to jazz or R&B. And obviously, I'm not gonna write it's not. You wouldn't be like that's an R&B song. Not at all. There's nothing we do where you would be like anywhere near that's anywhere close to jazz or R&B. But I might have got that idea from that. Like I learned that chord from that song, or.
Yeah, it's huge,
You know?
man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
But of
huge.
course, the style of the rhythm makes it sound absolutely nothing like that.
Well, I was
And I
gonna bring
think
that
vice
up. Like,
versa.
do you guys feel a lot of pressure trying to stand out in a genre where, like, you have some of the most influential bands of all time? Like, you're talking about Black Sabbath. Everyone who plays music is like, I was inspired by Black Sabbath. So you're kind of in the same genres.
Right.
And do you feel a lot of pressure to try to stand out and be unique within a genre that still has these titans like Sleep and The Sword still making music, like still going
Right.
strong? You know what I mean?
We
Yeah.
probably should.
that would be
I don't
a
wanna
good
put you on the
idea.
spot,
That's
so
a great
like,
idea, man.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Trying to
Do you
stand
manage
out.
bands or something? Yeah, I don't know, man. I think hopefully enough that like the combination of all of us, because I mean we all do like those bands, but we all still like our own
Yeah.
respective
Like
things.
he's like obviously like
So-
he brings the punk thing.
Yeah,
Like I mean I like punk, but this motherfucker, obviously as you can see,
Yeah.
this is a punk, but like so he brings that sound, and that's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Joe's. Oh, Joe has other things too, but like Joe play. Most punk drummers might not. No offense, might not be the
None
most
taken.
technical drummers, but for some reason Joe is really clean. In addition to being that over like way too loud and crazy energy, like you said, athleticism, like. But like it's like he's going
Yeah.
out of control, but it is in control.
It's
That's-
so in control.
Yeah.
It was like so
Thanks,
powerfully
man.
in the pocket. Like that
Right.
was
But he's
I
still got
tried.
the manic energy 100%, but it is
unreal.
Yeah.
It's
I
unreal.
try my best.
so hopefully between all of us we just stand out enough if you combine it all.
Yeah.
and the more we learn together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then yeah, exactly. Just
So we're just
growing
kinda hoping
together
that we're all-
turns into this.
Yeah, that's my whole thing too.
Yeah,
Hopefully
it's
you
kind of
just-
weird to make it like a conscious thing. You know what I mean? I didn't
Yeah.
want to like put you on the spot like weird,
Oh,
but
no.
like
No.
it. That
Yeah.
like
We're definitely not intentionally doing anything to stick out, but I
Yeah.
mean, comparatively to other bands, I think. It sounds
I mean, if you
different.
do that consciously, it can sound phony. because it's
Yeah.
like you're trying to force yourself into something
Right.
that you're not
Yeah.
naturally falling into, which is what you guys
Right.
seem to be doing,
Right.
which is like bringing those outside influences and just subconsciously putting them in there and making it your own, which is cool.
And I think like he'll come up with a riff like he grew up on thrash and shit, so it'll be like a slower version of that.
Yeah.
But then it'll come through the filter of Mike and then me and then Joseph, and then at the end, then it sounds like Stoneman. That's
Yeah.
what. So I guess in that way, if other bands are doing that, they should probably feel like it seems like a smart, easy thing
Yeah.
to do. Seems really easy to us. That's why we're doing it. It's not a lot of. We don't have to write anything down, you know.
We just try to remember
Sometimes
to
we
play
get the whiteboard after remember
and
the
record
parts.
and all that
Take notes.
shit, you
And then we
know?
record that shit and read that. That sounds fun. We like it. But also like the stuff on the cleric, we play differently live now because we play it so many times. We added things to it
Yeah.
that
Mess
isn't
with the
that
tempos,
that
too.
isn't. Yeah, we changed the speed of them. We added riff or little pieces, not whole parts, but like little pieces,
Yeah.
or little variations. But they just grow as you play them. But I always kind of liked when I saw a band live, and it wasn't. Of course, you want it to be like how it is on the record, but it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah,
'Cause-
but at the
Yeah.
same time, though, you don't want to feel like you just could have stayed home and put
Right.
your headphones on.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you could hear it at home the same way.
That's
You
why I
know,
always
what's
thought
the
when
point?
bands would improvise guitar solos, or and okay, I can see why some people might not like that, and they might like like obviously it's like Dream Theater, like John Petrucci solo are rehearsed, and they're absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not a bad thing to do that, but
But
I
that's
always
kind of
thought
like
it
a
was fun.
proggy thing to do, you know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
But I always thought it was fun when there was like you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Now,
for
of
sure.
course, you have to get to that. I'm not saying I'm at the level where I can improvise like that, but I don't think I'm ever gonna get there if I don't.
Do you guys do that on stage, like non-verbally communicate, like, oh, let's keep this going for a while, like this riff or like this?
I think we did a little bit, but
Yeah, a little
we
bit.
haven't had many
Yeah.
opportunities to do that.
Some songs call for it more than other ones do.
Yeah.
So
Plus, our songs are long, man. Like, if we want to just do more
Yeah.
stuff, like, we can already only play 3 songs live. Because
Yeah.
if you have
Yeah.
a 25-minute set and every one of your songs is 7 minutes,
Yeah.
you can't play 4.
Yeah.
So if we want to make them go longer, it's just more stuff we're going to have to cut out at the end.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like, I feel like we would like to do that, but it's
we
just
just
not.
haven't, we
Yeah.
haven't had an
It's-
opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool though. Yeah, it's cool
But
to
I
have
always
that
would love to
opportunity.
do like when like it can be annoying, but just right, a right amount of time when bands just can like just jam
Yeah.
and it's fun. So
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah.
For sure.
of course, I'm not talking like a 3-hour testing people's ability to listen to you. Anything can be overdone or on
Yeah.
There's a fine
Yeah.
line, but.
All right. So one thing, you guys have multiple singers or vocalists. You guys like to,
Vocalizers.
'cause you don't like to
Vocalizers.
classify as singing.
We all make words.
How do you guys decide who's doing who or
Well,
which part?
first, it was kind of out of necessity. Like when we first came together, it's like, who's gonna sing? Everybody was just kind of looking around, and I was like, oh damn it, I'm gonna have to do it. And then Josh did some singing on the second one, and then he did stuff that I didn't feel comfortable singing. And I look at Mike, and Mike's just like, fuck it, I'll do it. And at practice, one day he did it, and I was like, why have you not been doing this? The entire time.
Yeah.
Now, though, I think mainly when it comes to singing, it's just whoever wrote the
The lyrics.
part where the lyrics
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
If you thought of the vocal part, then I guess you're doing it.
Okay, yeah. So I was thinking, like, was it a lyrical thing? Like, who came up with the lyrics, or like, do you guys choose? Like,
Yeah, I
oh,
mean,
we
there's-
want more of a melody on this part because one of you has more of a melody sense to your voice, even though it's kind of the same style. You guys have different tones
Yeah.
in your voices.
But I think we also all kind of like, at some point you like hear it and you're like, I could sing that one.
Yeah. Okay.
You're like, this
Yeah.
one could be the one I do. Like I know, like you said that about Bradamante. You were like, this is going to be the one that I want to sing on because this one's.
Because
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
that, definitely not that great, but my voice is higher than both of theirs, and certain songs
Yeah.
might be, oh, okay, that would fit more. Or something like, you need that more aggressive tone, we got him. If you need that sort of in the middle, we got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Like, that's what I was kind of hoping, that you guys kind of put the egos aside. Like, oh, I wrote this, I need to sing it, but instead, like, fall into like, you would sound better on this. So like,
Yeah.
let's get you
Oh,
on
yeah.
this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could care less if I never touched a microphone.
Exactly.
Yeah, if it sounds good, who cares?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, that's really awesome. It
Yeah.
shows that you guys are like for sure connected, and not like stepping all over each other's egos.
Right. I mean, it's just why let that get in the way?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Like,
just bullshit.
When he could just sing it and be like, oh, it sounds good, and then why would we even fight about it? We could just
Yeah.
do that and then
Do that.
make new stuff after that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
if,
exactly.
oh man, well maybe I really did want to sing that one. Well, I'll sing another one and we'll write a
Yeah,
great
oh,
song
yeah.
and it'll be a shit one and I'll sing on it anyway. But you know,
I mean, who cares?
That's sick.
but
as long as we like it, that's all that's.
yeah.
That's all that's
So,
Well, I mean, nobody stepped on anybody's toes or anything, but it has done that line like the song, the cleric. I wrote out the words and I was going to do it, and then I was like, you know what, Mike? You can just do this one. So,
Yeah, so lyrically, I wanted to get into that too. There's kind of like a precedent that had been set. I don't know who was first to do it. Maybe Zeppelin? Talking about trolls and
Wizards.
fairies and dragons and
Wizards
like
and
faraway
shit, yeah.
lands and
Nerd
times
shit.
of yore and
Yeah,
you know
dude.
what I mean?
Lord of the Rings
In this kind of
bullshit.
genre. Like, do you guys want it? Like, you guys have definitely stayed in that somewhat. I've heard some of your lyrics kind of.
Like I wrote the Bradamante song, like he said, that is about a painting he showed me from the High Museum called Bradamante at Merlin's Tomb.
Yeah.
And then I learned, I was like, that's just a really cool ass Italian ass name. And it was a really, the paint, like you said, the painting looked really metal. Like
Yeah.
It was, forgot who it was. I'm very ignorant about all that. But it was some French painting.
don't worry, if I knew, I would have jumped in and helped you there.
It was literally just, bro, that looks so
No
cool.
one's
I should
jumping
look
in.
up that thing. But then I discovered that it's like this ancient poem, or not poem, like from the days of King Charlemagne, and it's like she's like a Catholic warrior. And although I'm not religious at all, I just thought that it was like metal, and she's kind of made to be a hero, but she also like killed a bunch of Israelis and shit. And I was like, well, what if I make her kind of sound like a villain in
Yeah.
the lyrics? Like, what if I make it sound like she's scary and bad? Because it seems metal to me. So that's pretty much it.
What
That's
is
really-
it about the Middle Ages that is just so metal and heavy?
Because they just didn't give a fuck. Right? They didn't
didn't
understand
they didn't give
anything,
a
so
shit,
they just
and they
did the
killed
most
everybody,
brutal
yeah.
things. They didn't think about human rights as much.
Nope.
Which is obviously terrible,
Yeah.
but it is metal.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's like if you go to the doctor, they just get you drunk, you cut your arm off.
Yep. pretty much.
Yeah.
Leech it. Shit, I don't know.
Vaccines aren't very metal. You know?
And obviously, of course, I prefer that we, like, regular life not be metal. But that's why we can make metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like getting stuck in traffic isn't very metal.
That's why we can really enjoy that.
Enjoy
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's not actually always true.
Yeah, it's like a fantasy. It's like living through
Yeah.
fantasy.
Yeah.
But then we got a song about Bigfoot. It's about Bigfoot.
Yeah.
We got a
Who
song
would've
about
thought?
mining marijuana plants from an asteroid. Like, it also could just be
Space
dumb
weed,
shit that
yeah.
we think sound like that we might make us kind of laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be like, oh, is that serious? And you read it and you're like, he brought the plants back? What? He's Bigfoot and he brought
Yeah.
nature back?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like, yeah, it's supposed
Yeah,
to
the
be
song's
kinda
about like
Big-
Bigfoot sacrificing his life to like save humanity, and it's like what?
Yeah.
Well, it's just,
That's the fun.
but like, I just,
But it's kind of supposed to
it's
like,
just a thing we
just like
sat
the
around and
video,
came
you
up
should-
with, though.
That's
just
so
like the
sick,
video,
though.
you should kind of like be like,
yeah.
but also it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
That is so sick, though. Just to have fun with that.
Yeah.
'Cause a lot of
Yeah.
bands, I don't know, they try to take their lyrics really seriously, trying
Yeah.
to put out a message or something, you know what I mean?
What for?
Well, yeah, see, that's the thing. We don't have them.
No.
Other
Yeah,
than
we
have
do.
a good time.
What are, you,
Yeah.
what are we gonna tell you that's gonna help you?
No.
Yeah, right.
I get it.
Smoke weed.
If anything,
I understand both aspects of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Some bands feel that they have a platform, so they have a responsibility to, you know, uplift people or blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, Rage Against the Machine is one of the big ones
Right.
that did that, like, publicly. We're like, we have a responsibility to do this. Tom Morello is always saying that, like, I have to do this because I have the platform to do this. He's almost
I
like
think
a
it's great that people
politician.
feel that way. But
Oh
also,
yeah, absolutely.
we want to be uplift people by that you can come and have fun
Yeah,
Yeah.
come to our show.
without having
Exactly. And
There's-
I respect both
There's
equally.
no alienation. You whoever you look like, come on.
Yeah.
There
Hang
has
your
to be
head.
both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Come have
It
fun
does
with
have to be
us.
both.
There has to be both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come have fun with us. You know?
Exactly. Get lost in the fantasy world
Yeah.
Yeah.
of Bigfoot getting stoned.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly,
Drink
you know?
a beer with his friends.
Yeah.
Gotta love it, man.
Man.
I love it. So what it like? Okay, so people showing up to your shows. What's like the most ideal reaction that you could get from a fan to your music? Like, would it be moshing? Would it be like someone with their arms crossed, just like nodding in approval, just like for sure?
I feel like for our genre of music, if you got a legion of dudes with trucker hats going,
Yeah.
We must be grooving it right.
Yeah.
Every once in a while we have someone march a little bit, but because it's slower, we have parts that are like maybe faster and heavier.
Hell, there's this.
It's
one,
always so weird when you go to a show like that. Like you don't know what to do as a fan.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
this one time. Lauren had a video of us playing at Slaughter Q, and there were 2 kids dancing on the side of the stage.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to
Yeah,
march,
I didn't
I'm not
even-
gonna stop you.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
But it is
You're
one
gonna
of
have to
those.
stop in like 2 seconds when it slows
When
back
it slows
down.
down, you're gonna have to deal with that, I guess. But do what you gotta do. But I've seen like when we saw Weed Eater, like the stoner mosh pit is something. It's like a different kind of. Like they're running into each other, but they got joints in their mouth.
Yeah.
I don't really want to spill my beer. But
And they're not like really pushing each other real hard. They're just kind of having a good time. It's
Yeah.
different.
Everyone's just staring at their shoes, but like
Yeah.
still going on.
Everybody, I mean, I think everybody wants to look out and see a whole bunch of people losing their goddamn mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everybody wants that, but I think in certain things, like you're just not gonna get that because it's not that type of energy that you put
Right.
out. But
Yeah.
like he was saying, if I see there's this like 9 dudes all standing there and they're all going like this, and I'm like, that's as amped as that guy's gonna get
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
not getting
That's him.
above
Yeah,
that
that's
level.
him getting
Exactly.
amped.
So yeah, that's him super hyped.
Yeah.
And I
I'm
know
hyped
that.
about that.
I know
so-
that because I'm that guy.
I'm that guy.
Like if I go to a show and I'm like making a stank face at
Oh,
them,
yeah,
they're
that's
like
what I
that's
want.
like my biggest compliment.
Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
people be like, "Dude, are you not having fun?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm having the best
I'm
time
lost
of my
in
life.
life.
I'm staring at this dude, and he's killing it right now, and I have my beer, and this is all I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't need
Yeah.
to push anybody. I don't need to lose my mind, but I'm losing it right here doing this.
Yeah.
So-
But I will say, if anyone is those crazy people and they enjoy our music and they want to go ham,
Oh yeah,
I'm
please
not
do.
telling
Go
you
for
can't.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
For
will.
sure.
I will look at you and smile just like I look at the guy with the beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying if it makes you move in any kind of way, it's something I
Go
did.
for it.
That's crazy to me on its own.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
I can't inspire people to get up and give me a drink. Like,
For sure.
Damn.
Well, I wanted to before we get into fuck it or forge it. I wanted to just tell you guys, Monolith was my favorite song that you guys had.
Oh,
Just
thanks.
the groovy melody
Yeah.
and heaviness of it, and it's like also 10 minutes,
Yeah.
which I'm a sucker. I'm a
long.
sucker for long ones.
It's 9 minutes and 11 seconds
Yeah,
long. Yeah.
exactly. So that was my favorite.
That was-
the
that
songs
was
that you
a-
guys have put out.
That was a lot of Todd.
Yeah,
on
it's
that
a
one.
lot of Todd.
No
Yeah.
parts from us, but that's one where Todd came with
Yeah.
a lot of parts for it.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
just fill in the gaps.
Well, you're my favorite then. I'm just kidding.
How could he not?
Fuck
Yeah, man, it's the Toddinator,
It's
man.
fun.
Yeah. I mean, he's
More
a
of him
Todd-
to like, dude.
He's a Toddinator, man.
More to love.
Gotta respect the Todd.
You can also enjoy our band for our ridiculous height differences.
That is my favorite. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like, we're all, especially when we play a small stage, we're all really close. You're like, oh wow. From far away, you might not be able to tell, but like in the picture, but up close, you're like, oh damn, he's too close to them.
Oh shit.
Okay, so what did you guys want to do with Flip It, Forge It, or Fuck It? Which one? Which option?
We are gonna forge it.
Okay.
That's the one where we
Yeah.
play some. We're kind of. We've got like this one song. Devin came to us with this riff, and I heard it, and I was like, "That's my favorite riff now." And and when we just kept going after that, and then just making something else, and there was another song that I feel like we didn't know how to end. I think we like have an ending for it. I think
Yeah.
that, like,
Is it the way we should end it?
Yeah,
No,
like I
it's
think we
the way
got
it
it.
ends.
I think the song is like 80 to 90% there,
Sick.
but we don't have words for it, and
Still want to
Love it.
it's just I don't know. I dig it.
Okay,
It's
cool.
something that I
Yeah.
can't wait until there's like a finished version of where we actually sit down and like track the whole thing out. 'cause
Awesome.
It's gonna sound.
Well, if you figure it out here, we need credit.
We will.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
getting
yeah.
producing credit on
Sure.
it.
All
We'll
right.
put you in the liner.
Yeah, sure. There's a lot of empty space there. We can push you in.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, well, we're pumped. Do you guys have a name for it yet, or no?
No.
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 We just call them song words.
Yeah, we have like
We
dumb
have
working
joke
titles
ass,
for
like
stuff.
stupid
Yeah.
ass
Okay.
joke names.
Yeah.
So it's called Sad Boy if you want to be real serious.
Yeah.
Don't think that has anything to do with what it's about.
Yeah.
It's just a random name.
Like all the stuff on Cleric all had like what we considered like douchey like guy names
Yeah.
for like all working titles of it. Like,
Okay.
Like
where-
Braden.
Yeah, one of them was
Braden.
Braden.
Austin.
No offense to anyone named Braden.
Yeah, or Austin, but it's
It's not your fault. It's your parents' fault.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I mean, they picked it.
Yeah.
You know.
So yeah, we just have dumb titles until we inevitably write some form of words, and then we'll be like,
I guess that's what
it's
it's
about this, so we'll name
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Little insight into how they're naming them. I love it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So forge it with Sad Boy.
Yeah.
Sad boy.
Sad boy.
Yeah.
And then,
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to it. You guys are really chill. I mean, this is
Thank
awesome.
you.
Dude, thank you for having us on your
thank
thing.
you for
dude.
Yeah.
yeah,
sick.
thank you so
Yeah,
much, man.
very cool.
Awesome. Well, here we go. Stoneman, what are we doing? Forge it? Flip
Forge
it?
it.
Forging
Alright.
sad boy.
Forge and Sad Boy. All right.
Two.
All right. You doing it?
Yeah.
All right, cool.